Well, I mean, to be fair, they talk about the sort of Busby babes of the young side back in the 50s, and so we sort of came along a good sort of 35, 34, 35 years later, so there is, periods where you get sort of freak years, because for so many of us to come through all at once, from one age group. Sometimes you get one or two, but to actually get sort of eight that came through from that went on to play for Man United's first team is it's something which could be quite a few years before it happens again. Especially, um, you look at that sort of youth team that played there. We were all sort of UK, from the UK. Now you've got these, players coming from Brazil, from France, from Spain into youth setups. And it's harder for UK based players to have to come through at a big club like Man United, because they sort of just source the whole world for the best young players out there. So it's going to be difficult to repeat that feat, but you never know. Sometime down the line, it could well be done.
Did the fact there was so many like talented players in there, like did you guys just boost each other along as well? Did you improve each other's games because you had that level of talent that you're going against?
I think so. I think we helped each other. We knew as a team we were good. To begin with, I don't think we realized how good we were until all of a sudden you got the first team talking about us, and they're nicknaming us the dream team. And we even played against the first team in a friendly game at the training ground, and beat them 4-2. One time Alex Ferguson wanted a game, and we ended up beating him. And you think that's a incredible United side when you look at the players that were playing. Schmeichel and Bruce and Pallister and Irwin, Parker, Keane, Ince, Giggs. Giggs would have been playing for the United first team then, as opposed to us playing for the youth team. And then you had people like Cantona and Hughes and Kanchelskis, McClare. Absolutely fantastic side. So we probably didn't realize how good we were, but then you start getting a lot of attention on you and people talking about you, and then one person breaks into the squad. Because a lot of us pretty much played a few reserve team games, but we pretty much bypassed reserve team football and went from youth team to first team. Because I think as a youth team, we were just annihilating everyone. So we did make that step up quite quickly. Going from youth team to first team, and as I say, we did help each other along the way.
I think a lot of that has to do with Ferguson as well. He knew to keep rebuilding a team, didn't he? He built an empire as opposed to stretching out everything he could out of the players he had.
Well, exactly. And if you look at the amount of money that he saved in the transfers over the years with Gary Neville, with Paul Scholes, with Ryan Giggs, those three already. I know Phil obviously moved on, but they made money out of him. They made money out of David Beckham. They made money out of Nicky Butt. So incredible how much money they saved. With Giggs, Gary Neville, and Scholes. How much would they have been in the transfer market? For their position, they're probably earmarked as in the top two. Gary, the best top two best right backs in the Premier League. Scholesy for his position, Giggsy for his position. So incredible that that came through one youth team.